So this book revolves around a person, and he's a man. That's why this is man's search for meaning. His gender is man. So his name is actually Viktor Frankl. He's the person who survived Nazi concentration camps. Now the thing is, he lost his family. He lost his freedom because he was in concentration camps. Imagine your life. You are in a camp. There is no family, no freedom. You are just working. Whatever they are saying, you are doing that. You lost almost everything. You are eating what they will give you to eat. Sometimes it will not be good. It will be worst. But you have no option. And imagine if you become tired, they will shoot you dead. So in those camps, they were telling these people to work, and if any person was feeling tired, they were shooting them dead. Imagine your place. Now this person, he was psychiatrist. Now imagine you are a doctor, and some force came and arrested you, and now you are doing what they are saying. You even don't get good life. Yet he discovered something powerful, and that is even when everything is taken away, life still has meaning. So this book is mainly about finding meaning in life, and every person should find that meaning in life. If you cannot find meaning, no matter how much rich you are, how much healthy you are, no matter how much resources and assets you have, you can never be happy. You should find meaning. And when you have meaning, no matter how much poor you are, no matter what happened to you, where you live in trends, you live in lavish house, you will be satisfied in your life. So from this book, you people will learn the primary goal of life. It is not just about happiness or success, like the main goal. And also you will learn suffering is not useless. Some people avoid suffering. They say suffering, let's avoid. But that too has purpose. And one more point is uh, your attitude is always under your control. Means the way you behave, the way you talk, the way you act, the way you walk, the way you do anything, that is in your control, not under any person's control. For example, if you will meet me or if you will meet any other person, at the time your dressing sense, that is in your control. You can change your dress. You can either have nice dress or the one which is not good. And also you can get groomed. It is in your control. Or you can prefer to use any language. It is in your control. Whether you talk uh, like happily, smile on a face, or just you feel shy, everything is in your control. So in short, your attitude is in your control. And also, you will learn you are responsible for finding your own meaning. There is no any other person who will show you your meaning. No book, no parent, no teacher, no one can show you the meaning of your life. It is only you who has to discover it. And once you will discover, then nothing can stop you. You know, you are just happy. You're enjoying your life. As I said, no matter how many things you have, no matter how much poor you are, no matter you are sick, you are ill, you will feel differently as compared to other people. Now, this Frankel, he talks about his journey in this very book, and he divided this journey into three stages. First was arrival phase, second was like emotional death, and third was the turning point. Now, in arrival phase, prisoners they first uh, arrived, they faced brutality, they faced fear, confusion, and like when I was reading this book, I was in shock. I was talking with one of my friends. He was like, when I read this book, tears were following from my eyes. Literally, he said I cried. He said, I have read two books which made me cry. First is this one, Man's Search for Meaning, and second is I forgot the name. That is about that girl, Annie Frank. If you people might have read that book. So he said, while I read these two books, tears were like flowing down from my eyes. Because in this book, he mentions like that brutality. And many people say it is not real because many people cannot believe what he mentioned. And like many people were considering suicide, doing suicide here. They were not able to tolerate those things. So now, when he was talking about this first journey, the shock, the arrival phase. At the time, we learn this thing that our mind protects itself when it denies things. Now, what does it mean? It means if, for example, you are in concentration camp, and if you deny that whatever they will do to you, it will not affect you. Even if they tell you to work, to do any laborious work, no matter what happens. So basically, here is a dog. Okay. So whatever they tell to you, if you tell to your mind that it will not affect me, it will not affect you. So your mind will protect you when you will deny things, those things which have ability to deny you. For example, I am here. Now, if I will think like, hey, I will fear something, probably it will happen. But if I will deny this fear, it will not happen. If I will say, hey, I'm sad, I'm depressed, there are high chances that I will feel sad and depressed. On the other side, if I say, what is depression? What is sadness? Like I will be in different mood. I will be in different senses. So it will not happen. And he was having the same attitude in that concentration camp that it will not affect me. So that worked for him. Now, after some time, prisoners became emotionally numb. There were now no emotions in them, no fear. They were just living in survival mode. Now they had to just survive. They were knowing like we have no option, just survive, do whatever they were saying. They stopped reacting to suffering. Now this is dangerous because like a loss of emotions, you lost your emotions. Like losing your emotions is equivalent to losing your meaning in life. And people started giving up internally. So this was emotional death. Emotional death, like they lost their emotions. Now they don't know what is the meaning of life, why we are here. They are just surviving. You know, everyone values life, even if you are on deathbed. That's why when people are on deathbeds, they pray for more years. Everyone loves life. Similarly, these people, they love life better than death. They say it is okay now to suffer. It's better than death. But those who were not able to, who were not tolerating, they were doing suicide there. So this was emotional death. It is not like good for a normal human being. And now third phase was turning point. This is the most important idea. Some people choose their attitude despite suffering, like this person. You know, they were sharing their food even when starving. They comforted others, and they were like providing hope to others. Now, this Frankel, he realized everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the freedom to choose his attitude, it can never be taken. As earlier I said, everything, attitude is in your control. They can take everything from you. You can lose your family, you can lose your house, you can be in jail cell, you can be in any other place. They can snatch you these things, but no one can snatch you your attitude, how you talk, how you walk, how you act, how you think. Now, the real difference between those survivors and others, Frankel observed this thing. Strong people died, weak people survived. The difference was not physical strength, but mental purpose. Those who survived, they had someone to live for. Like deep within their mind, they were like, we have to live. Why? Because there's my wife waiting in my home. There are my kids. I can not let myself die. There is my old father. I had to take care of him. Or there is my business, or there is something else. So those who had this someone to live for, they lived, they survived. And someone who has a reason not to give up, he survived. So when you are under pressure, at that time, your physical strength does not define your strength, your real strength. Your purpose defines your real strength. Why people do suicide? I believe every single person who is doing suicide, he has no purpose. Because once he has any meaning, any purpose in life, no matter how much he is suffering, he will never commit suicide because he has to complete his mission. He has to complete his purpose. He has to reach to his meaning. That's the thing. Now let's talk about some like core principle. The core principle is from this book is humans are driven by the will to meaning, like will to meaning. Like once you find any meaning in your life, then you are working for that. And that is the driving force of life. Meaning is the driving force of life. Every single day I wake up to fulfill my meaning, to reach to my meaning. If I have no meaning, probably I will not come here every single day in this VC. If I have no meaning, probably I will not read some books every single day. If I have no meaning, probably I will do what others are doing, like those below average people who just don't know what to do in life. So this meaning is the driving force of every single person. Every successful person, success in terms of anything, whether in money, whether in happiness, whether in whatever is there are different parameters of success. Those successful people, they have any meaning which is driving them to wake up every single day and do something. No matter how much sad they are, no matter what they are feeling, how much depressed they are, how much anxious they are, they do the work regardless of anything. Let us now again take example of our, every person here has dads, like we have our fathers in our own families. No matter how our fathers are feeling, they will not complain, I'm feeling this way, so tomorrow I will not go for work. No, they have meaning. Most of the 90% of fathers, they have this meaning that I have wife, I have old parents, I have kids. I have to take care of them. No matter how I feel, I have to earn money so that I can feed them. I can get them clothes. I can do this thing. I can give them good education, good life. So that is their meaning. So this meaning is the driving force. So when every person will find this meaning, then they will never stop. You might have heard from your parents that, like, my dear son, daughter, work hard, study. It is time to study later. Like they try to sometimes they say this thing that if it was me back to my early 20s or 20s, I would have worked hard, but at that time I was having no guidance. They currently regret that why we didn't work hard, because they later realized this thing. So we are currently in that stage. Most of the people are here young. They are in that stage where our parents were. So they try to advise us, do this thing, do that thing, so that later in life we will not suffer. So that later in life we will be happy. We will have good job. We will have like good life. So they have actually found meaning in their life. They know this thing that tomorrow when they will grow up, they will have responsibilities. So let they get good life so that they can fulfill those responsibilities. Because the meaning of life is not just only about pleasure or power. It is more about meaning. Now, how to find meaning? We can find meaning through different ways. First is through work, like doing something valuable every single day, creating something, contributing something, building something. For example, you can have like you have any goal, and that is great goal. That is not like average goal of average people. Hey, what you want to do in your life? I want to become doctor. No, elaborate it properly. If you have great goal, no matter you want to become doctor, I think it will never stop you. Even if you are just on streets, you will open your phone and go to Google or ChatGPT, try to learn something related to your profession, whatever you want to become. You will get any book from library and try to read, which is related to what you want to become, which is related to your work. So you can find meaning through your work. Second is through love. Yeah, you can love something or someone deeply. When you love someone or something deeply, at the time you are ready to sacrifice other things just for that thing. If you love your work, you are ready to sacrifice your friends if they are not beneficial for you, if they just waste your time. If you love someone, you are ready to sacrifice others who are just disrupting your love. So, once I had heard from somewhere that promise to someone, promise to someone whom you love, like whatever you want to become in your life. Promise this thing to someone whom you love, really. And when you will promise you really love that person, there are high chances that you will do that work. Not even if you will not do it for yourself, you will just keep your promise because you promised that person that I will become it. I will do it regardless of anything, no matter how I feel. And third thing is through suffering. If suffering is unavoidable, it can still have meaning. Pain becomes sacrifice, struggle becomes growth. So, suffering is not always bad. Many times it is good because when you suffer, at that time you realize the value of your time, value of your life. A lot of people they suffered in their life and currently they are successful because when they were struggling, at the time they realized like this should not be the meaning of life. This should not be how we will live or how our future generation should live. So they just then work on some goals and they achieve. Now, if I have to summarize whatever I said, first thing is you our attitude is in your control. You have freedom of attitude, even in extreme conditions. You cannot control events, you cannot control anything in the world, but you can control your attitude, how you behave. And when you control it, that is true power. But again, it requires bravery. Bravery should be in your heart, in your head, no matter who is in front of you, whether you are in concentration camp or any other place. If you will act like faint-hearted people, like cowards, then you cannot show your attitude, whatever comes in your head. And many times this attitude, people like attitude of some other people, the way they act. So you should have good attitude in your life, positive attitude. Second thing is responsibility. Like when you get responsibility in your life, you work just to fulfill that responsibility. No matter what happens to you, how you feel, you're just working to fulfill that responsibility. So it gives you meaning. So Frankl, he said once, like, don't ask what do I want from life. Ask what does life expect from me. So it's like he more talks about responsibility. And another thing is, these days a lot of people feel lost, empty, bored because they lack meaning. And when they lack meaning, they go into depression. Even they do not show that depression in front of others, that anxiety. They try to look cool, like they are good, they are happy, but deep within they are depressed. I believe if any person has found any meaning, they can never be anxious or depressed. Maybe sometimes sadness it is part of life. You can become sad, but that's just temporary. That will not affect you that much. Even if someone will die, let me give you a real example. Once there was a person. That person was focusing on their goals, on their examination, and that was really competitive examination. And he was like really working hard every single day. One day he lost someone in their family, and because of that thing, it affected his studies. And he was not able to study even after 3 months, 4 months. I was saying to him, like, no, that person is gone. You cannot get him back. Just focus on studies. He was like, I am not able to focus. Maybe that person was lacking meaning in life. I believe even if you lose any person in your life, your parents, your siblings, yeah, you will feel sad. Tears will flow down from your eyes, but it should not remain permanent. It should not affect your dreams for 5 days, for 1 week, for 10 days, okay, 20 days. But after it, you have to go back to your work if you have any great meaning in your life. And once you will work on that meaning, you will not feel lost. You will not feel empty. Otherwise, you will feel addicted to some other negative things. You will work aimlessly. Now, that is the like main essence of this book. Find meaning. As I said, you can find meaning through work, through love, and through suffering. Suffering also gives you some realization. Now, what else should I talk about? Yeah, finally, it is like life will not always be easy. You will suffer, you will struggle, you will face loss. But the real question is, will you find meaning in it? Now, Frankl, he found his meaning, in that concentration camp. He was not sad, he was not depressed. So, and that is it. That is the main thing. Even in the worst hell a human can experience, meaning still exists. So, in our normal lives, we have no excuses to live without purpose. I hope you got it.
Yeah, we got something from this, and I'll share few images in this group.
Sure.
Please check this and tell me that how the images are.